Feels like my brain is on fire. Oh gods, I don't think I'm dreaming. I think this is real. And the sun. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with the sun. This isn't Krypton. This is a short excerpt from Supergirl issue number 1 by DC Comics The New 52. The story is by Michael Green and it was published November 2011. The history of the American comic book. When I started college, my friend introduced me to comic books, and I learned a lot about comic books and decided that I really liked them, so I researched and found that my favorite is Supergirl. Although superhero movies are very good and fun to watch, reading the comic book gives you more insight onto the character's personality and background. Today we're going to take a journey through time and learn how comic books in America were started, how some of the classic superheroes came to life, so the next time you watch a Marvel or DC movie, you'll know a little history that your friends don't. We will begin the journey with the precursor to the comic book, the comic strip, and superheroes in general. The comic strip. Even in our local newspaper, there are still comic strips. If you look into the Odessa American, you can find comic strips in the entertainment tab. Some of the examples for comic strips are Garfield and the Peanuts. These are very famous. The first real comic strip is usually acknowledged to be Richard Felton's Outcast, the Yellow Kid. This is according to the Critical Survey of Graphic Novels, Heroes and Superheroes. Superheroes in general. Ancient heroes such as Zeus, Gilgamesh, Thor, and Beowulf have always been around. In every society, there's been some kind of hero. Our modern-day heroes just happen to originate from a comic book. Now that we've seen what existed before the comic book, it's time to get to know how the comic book got started. The start of the comic book. The comic book had 3 different ages: the Golden Age, the Silver Age, and the Bronze and Iron Age. The Golden Age was from 1930 to 1950. The comic book blossomed into a distinct entertainment industry after 1938 when Jerome Singal and Joseph Hoyster created Superman. This is according to the Golden Age of DC Comics by Les Daniels. DC Comics introduced Batman in 1938 and had great success. World War II led to the introduction of many new superheroes. One of the most known is Marvel's Captain America and the DC Blackhawks. Winning over women reads led to the creation of Wonder Woman in 1941. This is all according to Of Comics and Men by Mark Roger. The Silver Age was from 1956 to 1971, after World War II. Comic books lost readers and publishers alike due to the lack of purpose and competition from television. A book was written by Frederick Wertham, The Seduction of the Innocent, which accused some comic books of corrupting youth and inciting them into violence. This led to lowering comic book sales and many publishers became bankrupt. This is all according to Of Comics and Men by Mark Roger. From 1971 to 1987 was the Bronze and Iron Age. The Bronze Age is characterized by a shift from social issues to an emphasis on reform and stylistic detail. While some comic books continued to decline, DC and Marvel turned to licensing out their characters to television for revenue. DC enjoyed profit from characters from Saturday cartoons such as Super Friends and Batman, as well as the Wonder Woman series. The Iron Age witnessed the death of numerous superheroes, including Captain Marvel and Batman. This is all according to Of Comics and Men by Mark Roger. So far, we've looked at the history and different periods of the comic book legacy. Let's look at the comic book today. From 1987 to the present, the recovery of the comic book. In 1981, Marvel became the first comic book publisher to be listed on the New York Times Stock Exchange. In 2000, schools started using comic book novels for educational purposes, which has increased the comic book sales. Superhero movies. The popularity of the superhero movies has increased comic book sales because it has interested people into learning more about their favorite superheroes. I hope you have learned a few things about comic books. We took a journey through the comic book history and learned how our favorite superheroes came to be. Just remember the next time you watch your favorite superhero movie that they exist thanks to comic books. I just wanted my old life, you know? And thanks to him, that'll never happen. I mean, we were there, back on Krypton, but all Cal wanted was to make sure it blew up all over again. And that is Supergirl issue 27 from March 2014. I hope you have a great day.